Hi all. Now we are moving to another problem. The entire values are given to you, the circuit also. All the resistances which is marked in the circuit is in ohms. You are asked to find out the direction and magnitude of the current through the galvanometer. Okay. So the first important thing is to mark the direction of the current. Mark the current and its direction, if not given in the question. Okay. So it is always easy to have lesser number of currents so that the solution becomes more easy because less equations will be there. Now at the point A or node A, I will just imagine that the current is dividing into two parts through AB and through AD. So I will mark that corresponding currents as I1 and I2 here. And while the I1 is flowing like this from A to B, when it reaches the point B, it divides into two parts. So this I will mark it as IG, that is the galvanometer current, and this I will mark it as I1 minus IG. So when the current is reaching the point D, it becomes I2 plus IG. And when both reach point C, it becomes I1 plus I2. So that same I1 plus I2 is flowing from point F to E and also from E to A and then dividing into 2. So the first thing is marking the currents and its direction. Once the current directions are marked, then we can use KVL and KCL in order to solve this particular problem. So first we will write the KVL equations. So in order to that, we have to identify the meshes or the loops. So here I can just write certain loops which is possible, that is a closed path. So the one is ABDA. Second one is BCDB. Third one is ADCFEA. Fourth one is ABCDA. Fifth one is ABCFEA. So many loops or meshes are possible. So in that, actually we need only three equations. Why? Because we have only three unknowns are there: I1, I2 and IG. So just imagine that ABDA and BCDB. This is one thing which you need to understand. AB, I will just mark it symbolically here. ABDA and another one is BCDB. Now just have a look at ABCDA. That is nothing but this one. So just imagine that if I have taken these three equations for solution, then I will not get the answer. Why? Because for each and every loop which we take, that's a normal mathematical understanding. If we are having three loops are there, these three, the third equation or the second equation should be different from the previous one. So here in the first one ABDA, it is already all the components are taken, and BCDB also all the components are taken. And when I am writing for ABCDA, that is this particular loop, all the components are already taken in the previous two loops. So at the end you will not be getting the particular answer for that. So always remember that whenever you are coming with a new loop, it should have at least a new element when compared to the previous loop which you have already considered. So here we'll be taking three things So we'll be considering three loops here: ABDA, BCDB, and ABC FEA. These are the three loops which we are going to consider for solving this particular problem. So let us write the KVL for ABDA. So from A to B, I am moving in the same direction of the assumed direction of the current. So it is a drop in voltage. So it is minus 1000 I1. Then from B to D, I am moving in the same direction of the assumed current, and therefore again it is a drop in voltage, and therefore it is minus 500 Ig, where 500 is nothing but the resistance of the galvanometer, which I have marked in this particular question. Okay, so it is 500 Ig. Then from D to A, I am moving in the opposite direction of the assumed direction of the current I2. So it is plus 5000 I2 equal to 0. That is equation number 1 which you have derived. So effectively this can be written as 2I1 minus 10I2 plus Ig equal to 0. So this is my equation number 1. Next we are looking at the KVL for BCDB. So from B to C, I am moving in the same direction of the assumed current. So it is a drop in voltage, and therefore it is minus 100 I1 minus Ig. Then from C to D, I am moving in the opposite direction of the assumed current, and therefore it is a rise in potential, and therefore it is plus 450 into I2 plus Ig. Then from D to B, I am moving in the opposite direction of the assumed current Ig. So it is again a rise in potential. So it is plus 500 Ig, which is equal to 0. So this equation again I can simplify it as I1 minus 4.5 I2 minus 10.5 Ig equal to 0. That is equation number 2. Now we have the last loop, that is ADCF EA. And I am writing the KVL from A to D. I am moving the same direction of the assumed current of I2. So it is minus 5000 I2. From D to C, I am moving in the same direction of assumed current. So it is minus 450 into I2 plus Ig. Then from C to A, I am moving from minus terminal to plus terminal of the voltage. So it is plus 4.5 equal to 0. Therefore, I can simplify this equation as this is my equation number 3. Now I have the three equations: equation number 1, equation number 2, and equation number 3. By solving it, you will get the answer of the current through the galvanometer as Ig equal to 37.39 10 to the power of minus 6 amperes. So this is nothing but 37.39 micro amperes. So this is how we can solve a particular problem using the KVL and KCL. So the only thing is that always keep in mind the when I'm moving the same direction, assume the current direction, it is always a drop in potential, and if I'm moving the opposite direction, it is always a rise in potential. So between the text to text, these conventions can be different, but it is always better to follow one particular convention for doing the entire problem in this particular subject. Thank you.